In this tutorial, I'm going to cover some basic formatting in Wordpad word processing application. This this is aimed at the beginner or the entry-level user, and is just covering some of the basics. I'm using Wordpad because that's the application that comes with the Windows operating system, but what I'm going to demonstrate is applicable in most word processors like Microsoft Word, all versions. The interface or the way that it appears may look a little bit different, but essentially it's the same. I'm using Windows 7, but the menu structure that I'll use to access Wordpad is very similar to Vista and just a slight deviation from XP. So to begin with, we'll go to the Start menu and click on All Programs. Once in All Programs, I'll go into the Accessories, which is up at the top, and scroll down and click on WordPad. Now WordPad opens and the layout by default is portrait. Now we can change that by going into the menu and clicking on Page Setup. And as you can see, this dialog box opens up and we can select the paper size and the source, and we just leave these as the defaults. This is the one that we're interested in here, the portrait or landscape. So as you can see, the shape of the page changes as we make our selection. I'm going to leave this on portrait, but for the demonstration, and I'm going to paste some text that I've already saved to the clipboard just for this demonstration. And I do that by right-clicking on the document, and the pop-up menu appears and I can click on Paste. And as you can see, there's a bit of text. I'm just going to hit the Enter key a number of times to move the text down, and I'm just going to separate some of the text here just for the demonstration. Now this is the area that we're going to be focusing on. And if you put your cursor on top of these icons, a description will be visible as to what the button can do. The B stands for bold, I for italic, U underline, score through, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is, as in all Microsoft applications, the concept is select the text or the graphic or whatever it is that you want to work in, and then you can do something with it. If I just put my insertion point in a blank space and click all these buttons, nothing's going to change in the document. But as soon as I select by placing my cursor at the beginning of the text, I'll just do that again, and then holding the left mouse button and dragging. Now that I've selected the text, I can click on all these buttons and you'll see that there's a whole range of changes to the text. So I'm going to go through these in a bit more detail now. So again, my insertion point at the beginning, hold down the left mouse button and drag, and I would like to center this piece of text. So in this area here we have a number of buttons. The first one is align the text to the left, which is by default, and then we can center it, and if I click on there you'll see the text jumps to the middle of the page, or if I wanted it on the right hand side of the page I'd click on this. We won't worry about the rest of the buttons at this stage. We're just going to cover some of the basics here. So I want to center this because this is going to be my title. and I want to make it a different font, or I want it to look a bit differently. And as you can see, as I scroll down the different types of font, the way that the text appears changes. So I'm going to find a nice text. So now I've still got the text selected. I'm going to increase the size of it, and this is where we do the font size. So it's by default it's 12 point. I'm going to make this 20, and as I scroll down you can see the text will change in size to give you an idea before you select. I want to keep it on the one line, so I'll just make this 22 and I'll make it italics. Now it doesn't stand out very clearly, being a title, so I'm going to again select the text and I'm going to select a color. Now if the colors that I'm looking for aren't contained in this palette, I can click on more colors and I can then define custom colors, and I can make any color that I want just by selecting in this palette and selecting the brightness, darkness option. And then we would add that to custom colors, and then we can select that, and then so that's the way that we carry out some basic formatting. So I'm just going to delete this by selecting it and hitting the delete key, and I might just see if I can strengthen the appearance of this, and I'll just delete this now. So as you can see, we've got a colourful and strong title. Okay, I hope that's been helpful and gives you some idea of the basic formatting tools that come with word processors.